So for those of you that are always on the fence about buying a house, especially here in Florida, a couple things that I run into a lot with buyers and their hesitation. Whether you're an investor or a young family starting out, you're looking to downsize, maybe looking to a retirement community, I hear a lot of excuses all the time. You're never going to hear me push you into making any decision at any time ever. I'm never going to say you must buy this now or you better hurry up. Sometimes that's actually true, but it depends on what market we're in. But some of the things are politics, interest rates. My family's not quite ready. I'm going to wait and list my house later on. I think something's going to change. Something's always going to be there as an excuse for you not to pull the trigger. So I would encourage you, let's have a conversation. And again, I'm here to be devil's advocate on both sides of the playing field to make sure you're making the right decision.
And the buyer I see hesitate the hardest, the out-of-state investor starting down in Orlando, short-term rental near Disney. You've watched 5 YouTube videos on cash flow. You've got an AirDNA tab open in your browser. Your spouse keeps texting you Zillow screenshots of houses in Champions Gate, and you still can't pull the trigger. So let me do exactly what I just said, play devil's advocate. I'm going to walk you through the 4 excuses I hear the most from buyers looking at vacation rentals in this market. And then, at the end, I'll tell you the one thing most realtors won't bring up. That's the one thing you actually need to pay attention to. Excuse number 1, the market got flooded after COVID. Yeah, supply's up. I'll be straightforward with you. After 2020, everybody and their cousin tried to buy an Airbnb here. Nightly rates softened. Occupancy came down from those crazy 80% post-pandemic numbers to closer to 70 today. But what most buyers miss is that Orlando has been doing short-term rentals for decades, long before anybody used the word Airbnb. We have entire deed-restricted communities, Reunion Resort, Champions Gate, Solara, Story Lake, Windsor Cay, built specifically to be vacation rental destinations. They're not getting rezoned. The HOA isn't changing its mind next year. And we've got a brand new theme park drawing in fresh demand from just last year. Epic Universe over at Universal Studios Orlando opened in May of last year, 2025. Universal's first major addition in 25 years. The election's behind us. People are traveling again. The investors who bought at the top of COVID frenzy and overpaid are the ones panicking. The buyers I'm working with right now, at today's realistic numbers, those are the people I'm setting up to win. Excuse number 2, regulations are going to shut me down. This is actually a smart concern. It's just usually pointed in the wrong place. Orange County, that's where Universal sits, that's downtown Orlando, does not allow short-term rentals, period. If you buy a house there to Airbnb it, you will get caught, so skip Orange County. What you want is what we call 4 corners, literally where 4 counties meet: Orange, Polk, Lake, and Osceola. Most of the resort communities I'd point buyers towards are in Osceola or Polk. Cities like Kissimmee and Davenport. Inside those areas, you've got specific deed-restricted communities where short-term rental is baked into the zoning. And that's the part nobody seems to understand. The HOA isn't your enemy here. The HOA is what's keeping your investment safe. Your $450 to $650 a month in HOA fees pays for cable, internet, lawn care, exterior maintenance, the gated entrance, the lazy river, the tiki bar, and the legal protection that nobody can rezone you out of business for. Try replicating all of that in a non-HOA neighborhood. For the same money, I bet you can. Excuse number 3, I live in another state. I can't run this. You don't. You hire a property manager. 20% of gross is the number to budget for this market. Some are 15, some are 25. Plan on 20 and you'll be safe. I have buyers right now who have never set foot inside of the house they own. They've funded the closing, the property manager handled the licensing and the hotel motel permitting, set up dynamic pricing, plugged it into Airbnb, VRBO, and Booking.com, and bookings started coming in. That's the model. If you think you're going to self-manage from another state to save 20% with no reviews, no automation, no local point of contact, when the AC goes out, on midnight on a Saturday, you're not saving 20%. You're losing the next 12 months of bookings while you figure it out. And your taxes and mortgage and insurance and utility bills don't stop while you're learning. Bake the property management cost in from day one. If you decide a year from now that you can take it over yourself, great. That 20% goes right back into your pocket. But start with the help. Excuse number 4. Florida insurance is gonna eat me alive. I'm not gonna pretend Florida has cheap insurance. We have the highest rates in the entire country, and we've had hurricanes. That's real. What's also real is that the communities I send buyers to, the ones I just listed, most of those homes sit in flood zone X. That's the 100-year floodplain, not the high-risk zones. We pull the FEMA map property by property before you ever sign anything. And the right policy on the right property with the right protections built in, like automated thermostats, automatic door closers, only when booked pool heaters, keeps your operating costs predictable. The buyer who gets hurt on insurance is the one who falls in love with the house first and runs the numbers second. Don't do that. We run your numbers first, always. All right, before I get into one thing most realtors won't tell you, let me give you something. I put together a free guide that lays all of this out, community by community. Champions Gate, Reunion, Solara, Solterra, Windsor K, Windsor Hills, the real ROI math, the hidden expenses, financing options like DSCR loans and vacation rental mortgages, hurricane insurance, HOA fees, property management, all of it. It's called the Smart Investors Playbook. Links in the description below. Grab it before you make an offer on anything down here. It's free, it's on the house. And if you have any questions, make sure to reach out to me personally. I'd be happy to help. So as promised, here's the one thing most realtors won't tell you. Your real competition isn't the house next door. It's the hotels. If you buy a 3-bedroom condo or a townhouse in this market, you're not competing with the other 3-bedroom condo down the street. You're competing with every hotel room on International Drive, with every themed Disney resort, with every chain in Kissimmee. Travelers searching for a 4-night stay at that price point had 10,000 options. Your listing is going to get buried in the algorithm. But the second you cross into 8 bedrooms, 9 bedrooms, 10, and there's even 12 and 14 bedroom homes in places like Solterra, there is no hotel competition anymore. Hotels simply can't sleep a multi-general family of 15 under one roof. They can't house a cheerleading team in town for a tournament at Disney. They can't pull 3 families coming over from the UK in the same backyard with the same private pool. That's the niche. That's where the math actually works for you. So if the budget stretches, go bigger. Most buyers underestimate how much that one decision can change the whole equation. A bigger house can always be rented as a smaller one in a slow week, but a 3-bedroom can never be rented as a 9-bedroom, ever. So that's the play. 4 excuses, 1 real edge. Grab the Smart Investors Playbook in the description if you want the full version with the community comparisons and the financing breakdown. Get the answers. Run the math, then make the call. Because the buyers I see lose the most money around here aren't the ones who bought wrong. They're the ones who waited too long.
But don't overanalyze everything, because you're going to wind up regretting not pulling the trigger when the time was maybe right for you and you just didn't realize it. There might be something out there that we can overcome to alleviate some of those concerns you have, or hesitation, or whatever's holding you back. So reach out to me, 321-439-4277.